Hello, Steve White, Trekboy89 for Steve Arts89, talking about Star Wars. Apparently, the Lando series has been quietly cancelled or just isn't happening. The One of the people involved, I don't know if he was the showrunner or the writer or the producer, but Justin, I think Simeon, he was involved in Dear White People, and he apparently is birthing the abomination that is the half-hour reality sitcom mockumentary Star Trek series based on Riser, I think. He apparently was going to be developing the Lando series, and it sounded good. I mean, I liked the Lando movie. I mean, I felt it kind of got too stuck in trying to set up a trilogy and just didn't just tell one-off sort of adventure. But the idea that I was hearing, and I don't know if this is just conjecture, was that they were going to have old Lando, played by, of course, Billy D. Williams, telling stories about young Lando, and then they'd have Donald Glover playing, the main sort of action, the main sort of scenes from the episode. That sounded like a really nice idea. I thought that was cool, but I don't know if that was what they're actually proposing or that's just what people wanted to see, because we never get what we want. So yeah, but apparently that just quietly fell through the cracks as he described it, and I'm like, well, that's a bit sad, because I liked Lando's character, I liked Billy D. Williams, I liked Donald Glover, I liked the Solo movie, and he was good in it. I don't know if he justified his, I don't know, I guess I didn't feel like he would have justified his own movie somehow, but I don't know, how would it work? Would it just be when he had the Millennium Falcon, I guess he was basically just doing the same thing that Han was doing later on, so he'd sort of be the same sort of character. I don't know, I think it could have been interesting. I think this is a missed opportunity. I think this had far more potential than The Acolyte. I get that The Acolyte was made for a specific audience and they loved it. Unfortunately, they spent blockbuster money, which, you need to have everyone watching. You have to have a big audience to justify a $180 million budget for a TV show. Had they taken a different approach, it might have been different. And I noticed that Jessie Gender was talking about The Acolyte, and she was saying how she's working on a TV series herself that she's working on, and she's deliberately going low budget because she doesn't want the pressure of if someone actually invests in it and gives a budget, they're going to expect a big return and success. She just wants to tell a story for a small amount of people and just have it well received and properly delivered, basically, is what she's saying. And that's probably what Leslie Headland probably should have gone for, just trying to tell a really concise, story targeted at a specific audience and not spend a lot of money, so it doesn't matter if they don't get the mainstream audience. I mean, try for it, but not expect it and not sort of budget for it, so to speak. So I think it's a missed opportunity. I think it could have been interesting. I haven't seen the Book of Boba Fett. I haven't seen who was the other one who got a series? Obi-Wan. I always forget about him. He's the old man from the first film. I never saw the first film when I was a kid. I honestly didn't. I saw little clips of it, and I think I saw some of Empire, and then I saw Jedi, and I really had no idea who he was. So it wasn't until I saw the movies that I sort of got that he actually mattered. I mean, I saw the prequels and saw the sequels. I get confused which is which. I saw the originals after I saw the prequels again. I sort of realised he was... I just never... Yeah, so I never got him doing a series. He basically just ran away and hid in a desert for 30 years watching over Luke and Leia. It wasn't... Well, at least Leia from a distance. It wasn't that interesting, whereas Han and Lando were actually actively doing stuff. So I could see Lando having a series for some reason. So I think it's a bit of a pity this happened. I hope it's got nothing to do with the Acolyte burning and just failing horribly. I mean, it's hard because it is going to deter Disney from doing creative things and interesting things and to be more representative, and they're just going to go for the middle of the line so they don't upset anyone. So they're not alienating and excluding, the diverse members of society, but they're also not, upsetting the majority that just want, straight white people stories being told. So, so I don't know. I don't know what long-term effect something like not the Mandalorian, the Acolyte's going to have. The Mandalorian started off well, and then people didn't like the end of it. Book of Boba Fett had problems. Obi-Wan had problems. Ahsoka, I hear that was really dull. What was the other one they did? The guy from Rogue One. That apparently was really well written and really good with his political take on things and that. But I still haven't seen it. I'm just going to have to get Disney Plus and watch all these shows and catch up because I'm so far behind with Disney. Star Wars. I've watched all the movies, but I didn't really get into the series, any of them. So I watched some scenes of Baby Yoda and the scene with Luke, and that's about it. So yeah, I did reviews, talk on other people's reviews of them, but I didn't really watch them myself. So I will eventually probably get to them because I'm interested. But I think this is a missed opportunity. They should have done this. It would have had more potential than a lot of the other series they put money and effort into.